Barbies and Kens. I apologize if the lighting looks kind of weird. It's super freaking, like, you can't even see the mountains by my house. It's just all fog covered. It's crazy out, and it's humid, but it's raining, and this is the lighting that I get. So I apologize about that, but today for you guys, I want to tell you a story that when it happened, I knew I was telling it to you guys, and I knew you guys weren't going to hear it for a very long time. But today, the day has finally come to tell you. I hate that I have so many crazy job stories too on my channel, and today we're not going to pour any tea. I mean, this isn't a tea situation, but we're going to pour some coffee. My manager tried to punch me in the face. No, this is not clickbait. And also, unfortunately, I need to do a disclaimer before this because I know there's people who know about this situation who watch my channel still, and I don't know what they're going to do. So for you guys watching, I'm not using anyone's names. I'm not using the place's name. I'm not using the manager who said its name to me. I'm not using anything like that. The place, everything is out of my mouth. I'm not stating any of that. I'm just telling my story, what happened, for awareness to people who maybe wouldn't have spoke up like I did. So, continuing on. Last summer, I went into the job that I was working at, and I was having a pretty okay date. It was right before me and Doug had gotten together. I want to say it had to be maybe May or June we were in, and everything was so far so good. I liked where I was working. I was only there like a month or two, but I really enjoyed it, and I felt comfortable in my surroundings for the most part. So my one manager was, he had to be, I was like 22. So, or was it? No, it wasn't my 21st. It was 22nd birthday. I was just turning 22. So I was either 22 or 21. I'm pretty sure I was 22 at the time though. And I used to talk about Doug all the time to my friends who were there and stuff, and how like we were getting together and still talking and everything. And every time I would bring up Doug, my manager would come over and yell at me, and he had to be like 10 years older than me, but he'd be so angry. Like, he'd be like,
"Gabby, I have to talk to you," or "Stop talking."
Like, but he would get really, really pissed off. Like, it wasn't normal. So for a second, I thought, I'm like, oh my gosh, he likes me. Like, it has to be like that. Like, he's into me, which is like weird because I would never, I can't even think, like, this person like disgusts me after what happened. So like, I would never think about anything like that with him. And it just seemed like he was always giving me like special attention, stuff that I never wanted, like pushed away, but it still came at me. And like I said, this was a new job, and with my short-term memory loss, which they didn't know about yet, I eventually told them about my short-term memory loss, but they didn't know about that yet, and it was a clean slate, and I just wanted to enjoy it and meet people and have friends and be happy for once, right? So the one day I went into my job, like I was saying, I was perfectly fine. So a customer came in and had a question for me, and I couldn't really fully answer the question. And so you know what I'm saying right now, I'm kind of twisting it around because I can't really give away anything about where I work or people like that. So a customer came in and asked some questions. I had to get my manager. So there you go. I had to get my manager. So I went back to him. I said, hey, can you come up? I need help with something. He's like standing there. And I'm not trying to make fun of him, but he was like,
"Stay away from me."
and I was like,
I need your help up there, though.
he was just like,
"Just stay away from me."
so I didn't know what to say to him, and I was like,
Okay, but so-and-so, I still need your help.
And he looked up to me and he was like,
"If you don't get away from me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Get away from me."
so I was like, no. I think when stuff like this happens to me, that's very like sudden, and I don't know someone's gonna say something that crazy to me that I'm not mentally prepared, that I'm kind of just like I'm shocked, like I can't move. I'm like, no, there's no absolute way, no. Yeah, there was. He said it to me. So I slowly backed away, and if I had coffee at the time and could slow down that motion, I would have been like, and if I had coffee at the time and I could have slowed down that moment, I would have just been like,
call 911?
I'm honestly happy I didn't like call 911 or do anything like drastic or crazy, because right when my like more head up manager came in, I looked right at her and I was like, hey,
So-and-so said he wants to hit me in the face. And
she was like,
what?
like, is this a joke? Or no, it's not a joke. He just said he wanted to hit me in the face. So I'm trying to talk to her as he's like getting up my butt, trying to talk to me about it and blah, blah, blah. And he just kept trying to like convince me not to say anything. It was really weird. Like, my manager was at the front of the store and he's in the back of the office being like,
You're not gonna say anything, are you? You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't say anything. Gabby, you don't say.
like, I'm just like, can you stop? Like, this is way too much. Like, you just said you wanted to punch me in the face. Now you're trying to convince me not to say anything to get you in trouble and like bribing me, and it's just weird. Like, please get away from me. It was just, again, could I have came out to the public with this in my area and opened my big mouth? Yeah, I probably could have, and I didn't. And I'm not that type of person, but like, you're getting in my face, you're telling me to lie. And I pretty much just called him like a piece of shit and was like, get away from me. You're screwed. Like, you're done. Like, get away from me. So my manager had talked to me in the office, and he was like out talking to like other employees and stuff, knowing, you know, he's gonna be in trouble. I mean, it was on the camera too. You could see by his body language and everything. And it was just too much. Like, I broke down the office crying because I was like, I felt unsafe. At first, I think it was just like processing into my head, and I'm like right now just like moving my leg, like I'm just like shaking because I'm like, it kind of is still overwhelming to me because I'm like, I can't believe somebody would just come up to me and do that. And my manager talked to him and stuff, and then our other, like, the person who kind of like runs more of the business came in and pretty much sat down and told me that they were going to keep him and stuff, and unless I wanted him to get moved to a different store. And it just kind of felt like they wanted me to hush about it, obviously, because somebody just said they wanted to hit me in the face and you wanted to keep them working there. Like, really? Like, what the is wrong with you? What is wrong with you to keep somebody working who just told an employee, a girl employee, that they're going to hit them in the face, who's like, I can't take them, I'm no Rocky Balboa. So it's like, what the... I walked out to my car, the owner just came out then and was like, hey, listen, I'm gonna get rid of them, they're gonna leave, they're going somewhere else. So I guess, I shouldn't say anything, but I am. They went to a different store, and they just stopped showing up for work, and they were fired. So, obviously, you hired a piece of shit person. I didn't have to tell you that much, did I? I'm really right now trying to not be as dramatic as I am, but it's just like, it really does like hurt me and get me angry because it's like, it's disgusting. So I'm still in like an overwhelming shock that that would even happen, but it's like, whatever, it happened, it's said, it's done. I still can't even believe that like my manager said, like offered to just like hit me in the face. There's definitely other stuff that happened at that job that's like uncomfortable and crazy and just ridiculous, and I don't even want to like make a video. Maybe like in the future, like way in the future, I'll make a video about it. But like, there's just reasons I had to leave because it just got uncomfortable, and I hate being wrapped up in stupid crap. If you guys like this video, please thumbs it up and also subscribe to my channel down below because I put out new videos every single day, as you know. Let me put on my spectacles real quick. So you guys know, this is for sale right now on my shop, Instagram. It's called Little Sweet Sales. This is my little paper mache pumpkin doll that I made. I showed you a video how to make it. It's up for sale right now also with another pumpkin doll that you guys have never seen that I made. It's this one. It's just a tinier version. If you guys want a size comparison, yeah, there's your size comparison. This is a lot bigger of like a baby doll, and this is just a little guy that I made. So if you guys are interested in buying these, it's just gonna go towards my channel, a laptop, a nice camera, and you know, things to entertain you guys. So if you guys want to check out my homemade dolls, the link is down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow in my next video. I just want you guys to know too, never put up with work abuse, never put up with something that makes you feel uncomfortable, makes you feel wrong, even when other people make you feel like you're in the wrong and that, you know, you made it up or you're just doing it for attention. if that's what happened to you and you know it's the truth, then you should go off of it. And that's, you know, that's your prerogative, and just do what's right. Never have anybody make you feel like it's the wrong thing to do.